How you doing? I mean, rice and spinach, onions, butter, grapeseed oil. I bet you say, well, how can you stomach this and talk about what you're about to talk about, Sky? Once you learn about parasites, you start seeing shit you ain't never knew about, never thought about. So you know how they say the women get shitted on, like they go on the yacht, they go on the boat, they get shitted on, right? You know, I've even questioned myself. Would I get shitted on for $25,000, $50,000? Would I get shitted on? The answer is no. Okay. Will I shit on a nigga for $25,000 to $50,000? Whole different fetish. Okay. But my spirit kept saying, "You don't get it, Sky, do you?" I was like, "Nah, I don't. Tell me, Spirit." Spirit said, "How can you cross the border without actually crossing the border?" So let's say you got these American women, whether they black, white, Hispanic, they all coming from the port of the United States, right? Or China, Japan, wherever. How can you get an entity in that country without you actually going into the country? And when you research and study parasites, you thinking that this person got a shit fetish or defiling and humiliation fetish. That ain't the case. That parasite know what it's doing. So the parasite that operate these $1 billion industry, wealthy ass people, needs to get into that country, that territory, that landmass. So you got these girls that want this money, don't mind being defiled, don't mind being humiliated, even though it's in private. Nobody would know it happened to the bitch unless the bitch said something, right? Imagine that. There's a shit fest going down, right? And if you believe in parasites and the way parasites move, and that parasite need a new host, you're gonna go have this shit orgy where you shitting on bitches. And if the price right, you might even got the bitch eating the shit, right? Everything is about the anus. What's in the anus? The bindu seed. The bindu seed is what awakens the kundalini. Okay. How much junk we got over there? Okay, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Y'all don't see no junk over there. So how do you get an entity across borders without actually getting across borders? So like bioweapons, biograde weapons. So if you're wondering why you got a new breed of entity in your territory, no matter the country, that's why. Through defilement. So when they go on these expensive ass excursions in these yachts and they allow people to shit on them and do defile things to them in their anus, that's what's happening. And they come back on the boat all squeaky clean from bathing. But they are the new host. The parasite is with them. You know, it reminds me of how they're giving out these yachts and airplanes to the United States. – You think they were smart enough to build this yacht airplane of luxury, and you don't think they were smart enough to keep tabs on it? They didn't seize it. It was a gift. It reminds me of that movie that talks about a biblical time where these people wanted to get into this town or this Templar with big walls. So they built this hollow horse, and they all got inside the horse, and the stupid motherfuckers inside the walls thought it was a gift, brought the horse inside the walls, and that night when everybody was asleep, they climbed out the horse and took over the castle and all of that. Same thing goes with these parasites. You got these parasites, you got these entities. You got these entities that use microscopic parasites to monitor, control, and spy on other nations. Whether they have to contaminate your water, soil, or air, or food. Now it's to the point they're getting so desperate they shitting on bitches, right? And so why would a government allow somebody to give them a luxury airplane or a luxury yacht? They must want to be spied on. Yeah. They must want to be spied on. They must want to be infiltrated. How could you be on your high horse, so high, to the point you accept something from a genuine enemy? That's like saying, if I got shot up 10, 15 years later, I apologize, man. Here a Ferrari. Here this, here that. For what? For what? And if I was them, I wouldn't even want to give nothing up, because I'm thinking to myself, like, why would I remind somebody of how much more money I got than you? So when I come around, so when you think about it, you think about how you're going to take me down and take all my shit. It's just something to think about, how parasites get across the border. It's a moth. It's a moth that they banned from the United States. Say that they have nothing that would actually eat it. That's just like the armadillo. The only thing that's going to kill the armadillo is a car. There's nothing over here that can actually eat it or know how to eat it. It's something to think about. And again, like I say, Sky, you eating and talk about shit. As long as I don't smell it, I could talk about it all day. Pretty much. Well, there we have it. Things cross the border because people are willing to travel and meet at sea. They're willing to travel across the air. They're willing to meet out in the ocean. And these things, these entities got full entities in them, these beings. And they actually bring that entity back to us. I look at these countries as a place where their entity can just thrive. Their minions can just thrive. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.